right to our opening song. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and everybody on your feet. Here we go. Woo!
Come on. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, say hello to somebody around you. All right, here we go. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. All right. Hey, good morning, everyone. Woo. You ready? I am. I'm all right. And I've only had 2 cups of coffee. Yay! That means I'll just talk extra slow today. Anyway, today's a great day. And guess what? The CSL band's going to perform. So you guys ready? Yeah. Let's go. Let's do it.
I'm so glad that I finally found CSL Band.
All right, just pay attention. There was supposed to be a video of a man with a horn like that, and he's calling to order. I'll let Dale explain. So, Dale, I'm sorry that we had a technical malfunction, and I'm back here dancing with William, and it's not working. So let's just give Dale your full attention as if you just saw this man do that, and there you go.
Well, good morning, everybody. Tonight is the beginning of the high holidays for the Jewish people, and it is the biggest holiday for us. It is a holiday that is happy and joyful because we are welcoming in the new year, but it is also a time of deep reflection where we have to take a survey of how we've been behaving over the last year. And today I'm going to be focusing a little bit on the shofar, which is the video that you missed, the man blowing the ram's horn. And what I really love about the symbology of the shofar is that it is the call to us to awaken to our spirituality and to take inventory about how we may have gone out of alignment with the soul of who we are, with our spiritual qualities. And just to give you a little education about the high holidays, because you may see people that you've known taking days off of work or whatnot around September or October to go to temple. The high holidays are two holidays together. First, we have Rosh Hashanah, and that is the new year, and it's a wonderful time. Like I said, we dip apples in honey to commemorate and symbolize a year that is sweet for us. So that is what we do by celebrating the wonderful new year that is ahead of us. However, that also marks the beginning of our soul searching, of our self-reflection, of what you might call penitence, to see what we did wrong the last year, what we did that wasn't maybe so good or life-affirming. So it's our time to really think about our behavior and how we've been showing up in the world. So 10 days after our beautiful celebration of the new year, we have what's called Yom Kippur, and that would be the Day of Atonement. And this is a time where we go to temple all day long, we fast, we turn away from the outside world, and we look within and we confess from our soul how we have not been in alignment with our spiritual center of who we are. Now, the thing that's really cool about the shofar that I want to tell you about is that there is a whole symbolic unfolding of the way that the shofar is blowing and what that means to us. The first blow, which you may not have heard, was actually just a long, steady blow, and we say tekiah, and then that blows. And that is our call to wake up, our call to come out of our spiritual slumber and wake up to our relationship with God. You know, we had a whole year of doing whatever we wanted to do. Maybe we weren't so grounded in our spiritual practice, but this is the time where we say, okay, God, it's you and me, and what did I do? What do I need to do? So that's our call to wake up to that. The second blowing of the shofar is 3 long blows, and that is shevarim, and this is where we kind of open up and say, okay, self, what did I do that wasn't okay? What do I need to improve upon? How did I fall out of alignment? We might even say, how did I sin? But we know in Science of Mind that sin is just being out of alignment. It's missing the mark. And it's missing the mark of our spiritual integrity. That's what that is. That's all that is, and we can correct that. And so the third blowing is a staccato, and we call that teruah. And that is where we let go. We break up that energy of all that discomfort of having missed the mark, and we let it fall away. And then the last call, the last blowing of the shofar, is tekiah gedulah. And that is, again, a long blow, and that's where we just release, and we are relieved because we have come back into alignment with our spirit. And so I encourage you to take what this Jewish holiday teaches the Jewish people to teach you. You don't have to wait every year to take inventory of where you are every day with your spirituality, how you're showing up. I love that we can all relate to this. I know every day I can certainly look at what I've done and see where I need to get back in alignment with Spirit. And if you want to impress your Jewish friends, say Shana Tova, and that means Happy New Year, and they will be delighted with you if you say that to them. Well, enjoy those Jewish people out there. Enjoy your high holidays, Shana Tova, and may this next year be very sweet for all of you. Namaste.
Thank you, Dale. I'm sorry. I tried to look for a horn back there, and I was going to do it myself, but it would just, it wouldn't do. Yeah. So, sorry. All right, so we're going to talk about our mission statement. So let's do that first. Bring our mission statement up. Together, please. We are a dynamic, open, and positive faith community that accepts all religions. Our mission is to awaken you to your divine nature, empowering you to create the life of your dreams. We are changing lives one heart at a time. What I think was really cool about what Dale was telling us, she was teaching us about something in the Jewish tradition. And Dale still refers to herself as Jewish and also teaching the science of mind. We don't ask you to check your old religious beliefs or anything that comforted you while you were growing up or growing older. We don't say, look, in order to come here, you have to give up your previous religion. What we do is we say, what worked for you, continue to do it. I know that there are a lot of people here that are Jewish. I know we have a lot of Christians. We have a lot of, we actually have a few atheists, which I love, and agnostics, and we have Buddhists. And so you can do all of that and also be in the science of mind. We also have what people have been calling recovering Catholics. And I sort of shy away from that term because I don't think you need to recover. I just think you need to evolve. Right? I think we need to evolve. So as we go into meditation, I love what Dale was sharing and her message and how we can actually look at different things and have Judaism teach us something today on top of what I'm going to be teaching. So let's take a deep breath in. Exhale out. One more. Show me the way. Show me the way. Your love will light my way. Show me the way. Sing after me, please. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Your joy will light my way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Your peace will light my way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Your truth will light my way. And your love will light my way. And your joy will light my way. And your peace will light my way. And your truth will light my way.
And so it is from a deep place of knowing that there is one source of good in the universe, and that source is God. Timeless, changeless, and ever-present. God is all courage and wisdom. God is the all in all. And I affirm my oneness with infinite intelligence. Spirit moves through me, as me, for I am the voice of Spirit in action. Where I stand is holy ground, for God and I are one. There is one life, and that is God's life. That life is perfect, and that life is my life now. And what I know for me, I know for each person within the sound of my voice. Each is an aspect of the Creator, perfect, whole, and complete, guided by divine ideas. New and creative ideas flow through us, as us. We accept and we allow these ideas to reveal the next steps in our path. I know this morning as we gather together in this sacred place, the powerful message lifts us to a new place of understanding and allowing. I am so grateful for the opportunity to be of service. I am so grateful for the new, creative, divine ideas that are unfolding before me today. And in this perfect moment in time, I release my word to the law of mind, knowing it is already done. And so it is.
And
Amen.
so it is. Amen. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I awake in this holy silence. I hear all that has never been said, and right here in this holy silence I find God when I find myself. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So we awake in this holy silence. We hear all that needs to be said, and right here in this holy silence we find God when we find ourselves. And I find God when I find myself. And you find God when you find yourself. Take a deep breath in. About 35 years ago, right here in the center, this song was a song that was sung every single week. And so we've put it into our meditation. Some of you might remember it. If not, just listen to it a couple times and you'll get the lyrics and the words. Here we go. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity, we can live in harmony, and peace has come, 'cause we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity, we can live in harmony, and peace has come, 'cause we are one. We're gonna do a little. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity, we can live in harmony, and peace has come, 'cause we are one. And peace has come, and peace has come, 'cause we are one.
Safety on the waters, safety right at birth. Before we reach the planets, got to get it right on Earth. All we want to do is to find a better way. In an ideal world, in an ideal day, we can care for each other in an ideal way. When we open the door, I will be the first to start loving each other in an ideal world. You know, all the time we wasted being so afraid, knowing something deeper can be made. Baby, do gotta feel part as one. Yes, in an ideal world, on an ideal day, we can care for each other in an ideal way. Open the door, I will be the first. We gotta start loving each other in an ideal world. Ideal world, on an ideal day, we for each other
in an ideal way.
when you open the door. You know I will be the first. We've got to start loving each other in an ideal world. Oh, in an ideal world. On an ideal day. In an ideal world. In an ideal day. Yeah. In an ideal world. In an ideal way. In an ideal world. In an ideal, on an ideal day. And in an ideal way.
Beautiful, Jerry Lynn. Thank you. Let's hear it for the band and these singers this week. Did a great job again. Thank you, guys. So today my talk title is called Divine Ideas. They were just singing in an ideal world, in an ideal way. She didn't say in a mediocre world in a mediocre way, right? Or in a way, in a world, right? She was an ideal way. So let's talk about divine ideas and how divine ideas come into being. There is no separation between creator and creation. They are one and the same thing. That means God moves upon God. Say that, please. God moves upon God. Wait, what? God moves upon God, which means when there's an idea, when there's something to be manifested in the universe, God moves upon who? You. Because you're it. How else can the universe do it? You can't separate the creator from creation. So when God moves upon God, it's moving upon you because this is the starting point of all creation. Think about it. Any idea that's ever become manifest, it was the universe idea made manifest by means of us. It makes sense, doesn't it? But we don't look at each other as little gods walking around, do we? Not dressed like that, no. Oh. Not with that hair, never. Never. But that's who we really are when you think about it. We're the expression. This is the starting point of all creation. Every time one conceives an idea, it is God expressing itself, because that's the only way it can express itself. Now, some of you might say, well, some people aren't expressing it rightly. And we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about what happens when you disagree with someone who's expressing the way that they see God, all right? Behind every effect, there is a cause, and if that cause is a spiritual idea, which it must be, all ideas are spiritual. Whether they are negatively charged or positively charged ideas, because if every thought comes from God, then that would mean every thought, even the ones that you don't want to talk about, or the ones that you watch online, even those would actually be spirit, right? So, behind every effect there is a cause, and if that cause is a spiritual idea, which it has to be, then it follows that should the spiritual ideas be discerned, the physical effect would be like it. Now, what's the big word in there? Discerned. You saw me do a little arching back. Discerned, right? Because spiritual discernment is really important. We don't act on every single idea we have in our head. If so, my server last night would have not done well, right? Right? We don't act on that because there's a spiritual discernment. There's a filter that we have, and we can go through that filter. What I'm saying is we need to tune up our filter a little bit more so that it's always going through the filter of love. It's always going through love. Is love going to be expressed by this idea? Which means if I want to call somebody and go off on them, is that love expressing? No, usually that's my ego expressing. That's a hurt feeling that I feel like I need to go off. It's like, I'm going to go off. And you go, no. That's not it. That's not going to move anything forward. That's only going to cause more conflict, all right? Creative thinking inspires ideas. Ideas inspire change. I told the first service this morning, creative ideas inspire you. And that creates change in the world. This thing right here, this little thing, this little demonic thing, right? So helpful and yet so frustrating, isn't it? But guess what? So in 1980-something, I was living in Baltimore. I was co-owner of a fitness facility. And one of my clients, her husband came in. He said, listen, there's this thing. It's called a cellular phone. And someday, you're going to be able to talk to someone from your car into their car. And in 1983, I went, no way. No, that's never going to happen. And he said, look, dude, opportunity of a lifetime. We need some seed money. $10,000 will buy you gazillion shares. Obviously, I didn't buy. Because I wouldn't be here if I had bought, right? I know, you're really happy. Yeah. He's happy in my poverty. Okay, good. Just kidding. But the currency of God is ideas. Think about that. The currency of God is its ability to create things and this universe. And it creates by means of us. Someone had this idea that this would be a good idea. And it is. And there's no need for encyclopedias anymore. Everything you need to know, and then someone's sitting here. What an idea. But someone had to have that. And that's the currency that we operate on. The currency that we operate isn't the actual manifestation in form. That's already the manifestation in form. What we actually operate on and evolve from, where cures of diseases come from, where people who are in marital discourse come from, and they seek for counseling, where that comes is actually by means of these spiritual ideas. Does that make sense? All right, so we need to know. Oh, back up, William. I'm sorry, I moved ahead too fast. Ideas come from God. God is both the inventor of the game and those who play in it, the author and actor, the singer and the song. And guess what? You're all of those things too. Because how else could God express itself if you weren't out there singing the song and in the play? Does that make sense? So you have a very important role. Do you take that role seriously? When you look at what you do, are you love expressing? Are you God expressing? Or are you just pissed off at things that are going on? Right? I mean, are you with me? All right, okay. So the currency is ideas. Creative thinking inspires change. And the ideas come, and we're just playing this out on some master cosmic level. So how do we make ourselves available to divine ideas? How do we know this idea is from or of God? So what do you do next? So how do we make ourselves available? Probably the most important step of this process is to be open and receptive for divine ideas to come. Many people aren't open and receptive to divine ideas. They're just trying to fix what's wrong. So you're coming from a point of desperation, not inspiration. If you're trying to fix what's wrong, the energy is not a healing energy. It's a fear-based energy of something that is wrong. So that's wrong use of spiritual law. The thing is to get excited about what the potential is. What is has already happened and is already a result of what you've done or thought. So that's already, it may appear to be current, but it's already history. It's already history. Its history has been written. That's why you're experiencing it. But it's your ability to see inspired wisdom of something greater for you to experience. So how do we do that? How do we become that? Spiritual practices. So let me give you a spiritual practice. The first one is spend some time alone. Wait, what? Alone? Well, okay, when I'm alone, what do? Get on my iPad, computer, search around. That's not alone time. I may be alone, but I'm not alone. I told you that in my sabbatical, I decided to go off and spend some time just staring at water, at the ocean, and not having my phone, and not having a magazine or a book or anyone next to me. Just me, the sand, and the water. And if you know how much I don't like sand, you know that was a challenge, right? So I'm just sitting there, and it's like, okay, Joe, You teach this stuff. You have to be open to divine ideas, and you're not going to get divine ideas when you're just like looking at everyone else's idea that's already been formed. Instagram, Facebook, anything. That's already done. Those are someone else's ideas. Where are your ideas, Joe? Where are your ideas? Spending some time alone. Now, spending some time alone can be challenging because sometimes we spend time alone, but we don't realize that that's our time to use that as an inspired time. We spend the time too busy looking at the things that are wrong on the table. Does that make sense? Okay? In actuality, is in those moments of stepping past the uncomfortable silence that we start to see and feel the inner essence of who we really are and create space for divine ideas to flow. I have to create the space for divine ideas to flow because what happens if you're like me, you become obsessed with what's wrong. There is no space or time for a conversation that is inspired to try to fix anything because my mind is too fixated and focused on what isn't working. Anyone else? 2, 3. Good. If it's you, say amen. Amen. See, there's a chorus line of us. We should all do a dance. I'm telling you. Okay. In the silence. You know, we just did. In the silence, there's peace in silence. It's really funny because I don't know if you remember when we first started doing silence, we did it for like 30 seconds. And people would be like, you know, you could hear the grump. And then someone would unwrap their mint, and and you're like, write a check or something, and beep, phone would go off. It's like 30 seconds, and I'm like, okay, we got to expand this time to like 45 seconds. Okay, we'll do a minute and a half. Now we're up to 2 minutes. But at 2 minutes, you guys start getting antsy. Some of you can't sit in silence for 2 minutes because your mind starts going. You're running like Dorothy going down the yellow brick road. It's like you're going crazy. You're going crazy because in the silence, you have to actually sit in the silence and deal with yourself, right? And people are uncomfortable in that silence. You get to the point where you find comfort in the silence. Whew, that could take a while, but that's a spiritual practice. Next thing, develop daily rituals and spiritual study. You know what? If your life isn't working, my guess is you aren't doing anything spiritual daily, not showing up on Sunday, but you're not doing something daily to make it happen. Daily rituals such as meditation, journaling, and prayer make us available for divine ideas. Bring a question or situation you'd like to see changed in your ritual and watch the perfect solution materialize from out of nowhere as a result. Bring forward the idea. What's the question? The question is never what needs to be fixed. The question is, how can it be fabulous? Not your B plan, or your C plan, or your D plan, or your backup D plan. How can this be fabulous? What is my career? How can this be fabulous? What about my health? How can it be fabulous? What about my relationships? How can this be fabulous? What about my abundance and creativity? How can it be fabulous? Not anything less than fabulous. Does that make sense? Once you decide to ask the question of the universe, get ready because the universe is going to start answering you. But you have to pay attention. And then it's going to show up as a coincidence. You're going to go, well, I just thought about that, and suddenly this happened. Really? You don't say. Could it be, I don't know, the law? Could it be spiritual laws in action that you've been using your whole life? Could that be it? Because if you think lousy thoughts, lousy things happen, you manifest that pretty good. Why can't you do the opposite? It takes just as much energy to be miserable as it does to be fabulous. And fabulous feels so much better. Uh-oh. What happened? See? I'm supposed to... Okay. Really? Align with other like-minded souls. What is the way to do it? Align with other like-minded people. Got news for you. They're sitting next to you. They're to your right, they're to your left, they're across the aisle. They're all around you. How do you align with them? Do more than just show up on Sunday when you're walking out going, you want to grab a cup of coffee? Don't try to pick them up. This is not a pickup slide. Although I'm not opposed, just don't tell me about it. When's the last time you said to somebody with like mind, let's talk about something other than politics? When is the last time you said to them, let's talk about what your dreams are? And then don't diminish when they're sharing. And don't tell them why, and don't tell them how it's going to happen. You just listen to them and enjoy their inspired viewpoint. There's a lot of lonely people sitting in this room right now. They came in lonely. They're going to walk out by themselves, when in reality, the like-mindedness of this group can create all sorts of change when someone is invited to the table to participate. Don't worry about being shy or shot down. Just invite and be open to the invitation. You're already doing it. The people surrounding you have either cultivated a regular spiritual practice or they're trying to figure it out themselves. So partner up with somebody and start working together on it. You don't have to go at this solo. If you choose to, that's okay, but you don't have to. All right? How do I know I have a divine idea? Does it give you life? In other words, when you think about it, does it bring a giant smile to your face? Do you catch your breath and definitely feel this like wow factor? It would be great when you think about it. If it's not great and a wow factor, then you're selling yourself short of the potential that God gave you. Remember, God moving upon God didn't say an inferior God moving on an inferior person. It said God moving upon God. So that means I'm supposed to have this great expression going on. I should be excited about life. This is life. Does it come from a place of love? That's another big one. Is it coming from a place of love? As I speak the words, is it going to bring about love? You have to choose to fight. You know that. I've given this new thing about fight. Just shut down. Nope, not going to do it. I love you too much. I'm not going into this. We can have a discussion around it, but we're not going to have a fight around it. Fight is fear-based. I love you, so let's be love-based in our conversation. That doesn't mean we can't share frustrations and concerns, but we have to be respectful of each other and gentle enough with each other to speak the way we need to be spoken to. And I'm not perfect. Ask my husband, he'll tell you. Far, my daughter, far, my mother, far, everyone I know. Ask anyone I know, they'll tell you, far from perfect. Probably would give myself a C+. Most of the time, just average. I'm working on it too. So what I'm telling you, I need to hear. What I'm teaching you, I need to be taught to me. That's the glory of what we're doing here, is that we're all in this together. It's so funny when people walk out on a Sunday, they're like, oh my God, you were talking right to me. And I'm like, yeah. And then the next person says, oh my God, it's as if I'm like, I know. Why? Because we have a common thread of being miserable. It's amazing. We have a common thread of wanting more, right? We have a common thread of that. So let's just recognize that and do something about it, all right? All right, this is life or the divine flowing through you. This is what it feels like. This is a sign of a divine idea. Make sure it's not a divine D plan. Okay, just give the universe your A plan. You'll know when you got to come up with another A plan. But when you start creating all the different plans, you're just manifesting the things that you don't want. So what's next? Okay, you've cultivated the space. You've made the space in your life to have the conversation about what you want in your life. You've managed to shut up long enough about what the issues are going on to say, here's the space I have for a positive, loving relationship. Here is the space I have in my life for abundance. Here is the space I have for health. Here is the space I have for loving relationships. Whatever it is, I have space in my consciousness for that, so I create that first. Then the fact I get this divine idea, because something will begin to happen when you start doing those things. If you don't know what here's a simple spiritual practice. Simple. Read a book. Grab a Science of Mind textbook or Living the Science of Mind. Go like this. You don't, look, I'm not a big, I read for work, so I don't read for leisure. So you follow, you just go, just hit a page. Any page. You know how I do pick a page on Sunday? Any page. Point to a sentence. 99.9% of the time, I can read my situation into those words and find in those words some inspiration that I didn't have when I opened the book, but I was looking for. So that's what I get to do. I get to act on it, and I get to act on my next slide. I know it's dancing. That's why we didn't see the guy blowing the horn. So what's next? Reverend Joe does pantomime. All right, somebody get my notes off my desk. Somebody have a copy of notes? Is it a series? Just give me a copy of your notes. Oh, here we go. Give me a second. Please hold. See, we're not perfect. Okay, here we go. I'll say them first. Today I imbibe, big word, new ideas. I've been using my thesaurus. I've been trying to expand my vocabulary. Today I imbibe new ideas from the creativity of God. My whole consciousness is alive, awake, and aware. I know, not your fault. Say that with me, please. Today I imbibe new ideas from the creativity of God. My whole consciousness is alive and awake and aware. Wake up. Wake up out of the slumber of just mediocrity. Do you think the universe created you to have a mediocre existence? Can you imagine? Now, as a parent, I want my kid to thrive, right? I want her to do better than we've done. That's always the goal. I think that's my goal as a parent. Why do you think the universe or the infinite intelligence, God would want anything less of its own children made in its image and likeness? Doesn't make sense. So just realize that you have the divine ideas. They're already there waiting for you to show up. When are you going to show up? When are you going to be? Are you ready? Here's what, usually I have to be miserable enough to make the change. And not until then. I have to go, I've beat my head against the wall. There's nowhere to go next. Okay, God, now what do I do? Why do we wait to get to that point? That's voluntary. There is no spiritual rule that says you have to hit rock bottom first. Somebody made that up. They need to go to hell. I mean, I'm just saying it. Because they're already creating one for us. Not hell physically, but they're already creating a hell for us. That idea that, well, you haven't hit bottom yet. Who wants to go on that ride? Right? Am I right? Yes. So, today then, I expect new ways of doing things. I expect to meet new people, form new friendships. I expect everything in my experience to enlarge and deepen and broaden. Say that with me, the whole thing. Today then, I expect new ways of doing things. I expect to meet new people, form new friendships. I expect everything in my experience to enlarge and deepen and broaden. Wouldn't that be nice, yeah? It is nice. And it is your life now. Rebecca, where's Rebecca? Beautiful prayer, Rebecca. That's the second time I think I heard you. I forgot to acknowledge you the first time. Rebecca is one of our practitioners here who just transferred from Seaside. She does a wonderful job. Thanks, Rebecca. But she said that in her prayer about deepening the journey. Life on the superficial can really, are you ready? Piss you off. Yes? A choice is made to go deeper into our relationships. Deeper in our relationship to the self, to the God self within. All right? I expect more good than I have ever experienced before, and today I expect to give out more to increase my love for others. Say that, please. I expect more good than I have ever experienced before, and today I expect to give out more to increase my love for others. Make sure love is... Thank you, whoever gave that to me. Thank you. Make sure that love is speaking from your words. It's easy to get caught up in the vibration that is around us and in this country. It's easy to get caught up in the dissent. It's a choice to stay out of it, to stay in a positive energy. Today, I expect from myself a more gentle approach to life, a more kindly feeling. Say that. Today, I expect from myself a more gentle approach to life, a more kindly feeling. Don't throw down the gauntlet. Just don't throw it down. You don't have to throw down the fight. It doesn't have to be as hard as we make it. And the fight is never about the fight because that's formed, that's already taken place. It's about the lack of a new idea that's going to create something new in your relationships and otherwise. So when you're looking for a fight, stop the fight, think ideas. That's what's missing. An idea about how to cultivate more passion or love or intimacy in your relationship or excitement. Same thing with your finances or your career. Don't fight about those things. Look at them as an opportunity to be inspired and get something out of that place, that inspiration place. You're lacking an idea. That's all it is. And to say that the universe lacks ideas is to not know what the universe really does. Can you imagine saying God's ideas are bankrupt? No. So then why do we feel that way? Same thing. Next, new thoughts, new ideas, new people, new situations, new ways of doing things, and a new influx of the divine will make this day perfect. Say it with me, please. New thoughts, new ideas, new people, new situations, new ways of doing things, and a new influx of the divine will make this day perfect. I'll take any 1, 2, 3, or 4 of those. I don't have to have the full set. I'll take any one of those to make my day better. Because I'm in the mindset that I just want my day to be better than it was yesterday. I actually don't, and then probably maybe this is a fault that I'm not an absolutist, that I don't strive for the perfection of things. I just want progress all the time. I want to feel it. Because I'm a perfectionist, if it doesn't look perfect, then I feel inadequate. Once I begin to feel inadequate, then I start creating more situations for me to feel inadequate, and the law of attraction brings inadequacies to my experience. It's insane. So I'm not looking for perfection, I'm looking for improvement. Deepening, expanding. Does that sound right? Yeah. All right. We must know that the doorway of opportunity is never closed. We are always receptive to the divine ideas. It is never too late for us to manifest opportunity. You're never too old to do this stuff. You may say you're too old, and if you say you're too old, then you are. But the universe didn't tell you that. The universe didn't shut you down. You shut down the universe. It's never too late for us to manifest opportunity. It's never withheld from us, not for a single moment. There is no sense of limited or restricted opportunity. Many times, when it doesn't come to us in the time frame that we have allotted God to respond, which I think is funny in and of itself, then we go, I am being held back. Why is the universe withholding? Right? It's never, the universe does not withhold. Most of the time, I'm withholding because as it's delayed, feeling like a delayed, not a denial, but as it's unfolding, I start coming up with my B plan, C plan, and D plan, and then it manifests the thing that I really don't want. But I'm the one who dismantled it from the get-go. If I would have just waited and gone one more lap, the race would have been over. Make sense? All right. Is that the last slide? I think I got one more. I know, keep me guessing. Because I'm on my 4th hour here. Make it happen. What's the last one? Okay. Here we go. I know new and wonderful ideas are now in my consciousness today. I am compelled to act upon them intelligently. I know new and wonderful ideas are now in my consciousness today. Say that. I know, I'll do it, hang on, I'll do it in fragments. I know new and wonderful. Ideas are now in my consciousness today. I am compelled to act upon them intelligently. Ah. So let's talk. I know I'm running late. Sorry, I just feel like talking too much. So what does it mean to act upon them intelligently? It means that if you want to do something intelligently, you study, don't you? You don't just act. When you wanted to learn something, you had to go to school. Don't think this is going to happen by osmosis. Intelligence doesn't happen by osmosis. It happens by intent and the desire to dig deeper into knowledge. So coming on Sunday is just a great way to put your toe in, but it's not daily spiritual practice, and it's not the study of something. It, for you, is a 25-minute lesson, but you have to keep diving deeper into it, which is why we have all these classes, which is why we have all those books, why you have all this opportunity, and you have this little thing. We could spend hours together just listening to my talks. Which I have to tell you, I've never heard. I've never heard one of my talks. I can't stand to hear myself talk because I talk too much. So it's infinite in its possibilities, but you have to do more than just show up on Sunday. You have to put it in drive and keep it in drive every day. Every day. See, I know divine ideas are mine, and I know they're yours. And I know that in my lifetime I've manifested some incredible things. And I know I've yet to manifest even more. And I know that for you too. No matter what age you are, no matter who you are, what you're doing in your life, what you've done in your life, your past, your present, your future, it doesn't matter. All I know is that the only way we're going to expand anything is by use of divine ideas and the techniques by which spiritual discernment and intelligent use of this law will unfold for us. And once we do that, all the good will come rushing to us. And so end your lesson. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Joe. At this time, I'd like to call our ushers to please come forward for the collection. So as we get ready for our Sunday collection, let's just go to that place of gratitude, knowing how truly blessed we are in our lives for all that we have. And those of you that are live streaming, there's a donate button there for you to make your donation, or you can also text that number. It takes only about 2 minutes to set it up, and then it's so easy after that. So let us just, from that consciousness of gratitude, let us say our offertory prayer. I offer this gift with joy and gratitude. I receive freely and give freely, knowing the law of circulation is working perfectly in my life and the life of this center.
All right, here we go, folks. Come on. Don't. All right, here we go. Come on. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. If I can't hear you sing, we're going to have it. Come on. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Come on. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. It's up to me to be thankful. It's up to me to be kind. It's up to me to be grateful. It's up to me. It's up to me. All right, everybody on your feet. Come on, let's go. Come on. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Keep it going. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Last time through. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Last time. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life.
All right. All right. So this is Lisa. Lisa, how long? She's been gone for the summer. She's back, yes. So how long have you been coming here?
Almost 2 years.
Why?
Because I love all of you.
We love you too. Thank you, Lisa. All right. So let's bless our offering together, please. Let's bless it and say our prayer. We bless this collective offering and receive it with gratitude, knowing it is spirit in action. As this currency flows through our center and beyond, it blesses many lives, including my own. Thank you, Lisa. So at this time, I'd like to welcome our visitors. If you are here for the first time, please stand. Don't be bashful. Oh, come on, don't be bashful. Stand up. No. Oh, you were here. Okay. Over here too. And so what we're giving you is a CD holder with information about our center. Please stop by the welcome desk in the foyer and pick up a CD of a couple of Dr. Joe's talks. And so if you're from the Valley, please come back. We'd love for you to make this your spiritual home. If you're visiting, enjoy yourself. Try not to get overheated, but we're coming into a really good weather. It's going to be here. It's already beautiful. We're so blessed to live here. All right, I'm going to turn it over. We've got our announcements, William. Will we have announcements? Or am I just going to dance and say
Thank you for joining us today. Here are this week's announcements. Are you ready for your midweek faith injection? If so, join Dale Olansky and William Conway for Rev It Up Wednesday. It's just what your soul may be craving. Songs, fellowship, and meditation. It all happens this Wednesday from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Meditation is where the changes take place, the quiet space in our minds. Join Sue Powell, a Chopra certified instructor, and Dale Olansky this Thursday for Primordial Sound Meditation, a 30-minute guided meditation. That's this Thursday from 5:30 to 6:15 p.m. You've heard his name, even some of his quotes that shaped the science of mind teaching. Now is your opportunity to allow him, through the direction of Reverend Ruth Ann Banner, to take your spiritual experience to an entirely new level. Reverend Ruth Ann will be your guide of the Edinburgh Ledgers of Troward, defining the basic elements of metaphysics, spirit, and matter. It all begins Tuesday, October 2nd from 9 a.m. to noon and lasts for 10 weeks. This is an accredited class with a tuition of just $300 for the entire 10 weeks. For more information and to sign up, call the office or visit the table on the patio immediately following today's service. Develop your own intuitive abilities and presence, a special psychology that simultaneously builds the individual's inner life and outer capabilities. It's the Book of Love and Creation. This is a book study with Reverend Laura. It starts Tuesday, October 2nd at 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. For more information, please pick up a flyer on the patio. Mark your calendars. It's time for our next new member orientation dates. October 14th and 22nd from 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. If you're ready to know more about your center, this class will gently walk you through who we are. Join us, sign up on the patio, and we will see you on the 14th of October. Prosperity Plus is in your immediate future. Dr. Joe will be leading one of the most popular courses ever beginning October 1st. It's based on the principle of tithing and the law of circulation. The materials are just $65 for this 10-week course. For more information on this class, here is Mary Morrissey.
Mary will be with us next week.
Hi, this is Mary Morrissey, and I'm here to invite you into an experiment, a 10-week experiment in living a more prosperous life. For many, many years, I've been a tither. I learned that principle when it wasn't easy. I learned it when my back was up against the wall and things were very, very tough for me. And I'd heard about tithing, but I'd never really done the practice. Well, your church is sponsoring a 10-week experiment in larger living, where you will come together with a group of your fellow congregants and do an experiment once a week for 10 weeks, making a commitment to live by the laws of the universe in ways that open you and your life up to the abundance that is here for every single one of us. You know, it's almost like a television. You can have it tuned to CNN, constantly negative news, all the while Discovery, travel, the Home and Garden Network, all these other frequencies or ways of experiencing life are available. But we only experience what we're tuned to. In Prosperity Plus, week by week, you'll be given the opportunity to practice very simple but highly effective ways in which you become more tuned to the infinite, more tuned to your gifts and talents, more tuned to the ability that is your God-given right to live in abundance. And you begin to learn that it's not only your right to be prosperous, it's actually your responsibility to be prosperous, so that you can extend the good that is you well beyond your physical presence, to give the gifts that you'd love to give in the world, and to live the life you would love to live. In Jeremiah, we find God saying, I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and give you a future with great hope. Well, if you'd like to experiment in a 10-week experiment with that kind of life, then your minister will announce how it is that you can sign up for Prosperity Plus, a new way of living.
Thank you, Mary. Also, I wanted the next slide, William. Do you have that one? Okay. Is there the other one? Was that after this? Okay. Okay. Everything's kind of messed up. This is the one I wanted to. The other one, that one. Okay, well, go out on the patio and get a flyer. That's an invitation. On November 9th, we are having a celebration here at the center. We are celebrating 45 years of our center. It's a gala, and it's also Dr. Joe's 15-year anniversary. And so we're going to turn this room into this glorious room. We're going to have a dance floor right here where I'm standing. We're going to have dance. We're going to have a DJ. We're going to have fabulous food. And it's also a fundraiser for the center. I like to call it a fundraiser. So please see Ross. Ross is heading up. Ross has got an amazing event planned. See him out there if you want to pick up a flyer or get your ticket for the gala. So but whatever, mark your calendars. So if you can't stop over there, it's November the 9th. Be on a Friday night. So get your dancing shoes ready. And all right, and then over in the Om Room, especially those of you who are visiting for the first time, if you're going through anything, please, our prayer team, part of our prayer team is over there, and amazing things happen here all the time with our prayer team. And don't forget Wednesday night, William and Dale's Rev It Up. It's wonderful. And I think that's it. So let me pray you out. There's donuts and coffee over in Costa Hall if you want to come over and have a donut and a cup of coffee and some iced tea and water. It's over there. So let's just take a deep breath. Recognizing that power, that divine intelligence is everywhere present. It is all that is seen and unseen. And therefore, it is all God, and therefore you are God. You are this individual aspect of the divine, with all the power to create the life that you desire, that those ideas, those creative ideas, the abundance of ideas are out there waiting for you to tap into them, to be open, to be quiet enough to sit with that feeling, that connection to spirit, knowing that you are divinely guided, that you have the power to create the life that you want and the world that you want to see. So knowing that each one of us is this magnificent conduit for spirit to express itself, we say thank you. Thank you for this life. Thank you for this opportunity to express yourself. And thank you for everyone that is in your life, knowing too that they are these divine aspects of this divine intelligence. So we go about our week in that awareness, in that loving presence, knowing that we are changing lives one heart at a time. So I'm just so grateful for everyone that is here, so grateful for everyone who took that call to be here, to expand, to know more of who they are and recognize the magnificence of all. I say thank you, and I let go, and I let God, and together we say, and so it is. Amen. Have a wonderful week, everyone.